Well, howdy there, minions! It's Wheezy, a good old cowpoke, coming to give you a little bit of commentary. And for those of you who didn't instantly close the video, thanks for sticking around. I am going to be talking about Battlefield in this video. I know. Please pick your jaws up off the ground, because this is just unprecedented. Someone talking about Battlefield in a Battlefield video? Oh my god, the internet will go crazy for this. I'm breaking new ground here, people. But I had an idea in my mind what I wanted to talk about during this commentary, and suddenly it's jumped out of my head because I have a very empty head. But basically, I want to talk about upcoming Battlefield videos. I've got a bunch of Battlefield videos saved up. Some are live gameplay commentary, playing with buddies. Some are just games where I played by myself, giggity, and like this one. And I kind of have to commentate them. By kind of have to commentate them, I mean I need to commentate them, because otherwise you're just silently watching gameplay. Briefly about this gameplay, hopefully it's not too boring for you, but it's me being the most effective sniper you've ever seen. Look at that. 3 shots, 1 kill, sniper motto. But I don't bring a lot of sniper gameplay to my channel. I've been playing more sniper lately because of the assignments that I've been working on, as well as a kind of side task that I've set for myself, in that I'm trying to unlock all the attachments for every weapon in the game. Starting with primary weapons, I mean, well, what am I talking about? Secondary weapons don't have attachments. My goal that I started with was to get a service star with every weapon in the game. And I have at least 1 service star with every single primary weapon in the game. And I'm slowly working on secondaries. I'm not playing secondaries only, like pistol-only games or anything like that, to try and force those up to a service star. But as I finish off a service star for a secondary weapon, I'm not using it anymore and moving on. So the MP443 Tactical was the first one I did, and I think I've done all the tactical pistols. So the M9 Tactical, 1911 Tactical. When I was using sidearms, using a pistol. Oh, look at that awesome shot! And that one went right through his skull. I don't even. Anyway, gone through those, but anyway, the point is, I started out getting primary weapon, no scope. Primary weapon service stars. I did this great flanking, and I should have pulled my pistol out here. Gameplay mistake. I'm going to stop distracting myself. Anyway, basically, I've done a service star with every primary weapon in the game, so now I'm trying to do every attachment for every primary weapon in the game, which for many weapons, I'd say most, at least a majority, all the attachments is 350 kills, which is, 3.5 service stars per weapon. Some things like the PDWs and stuff like that are something like 200, or maybe even less. Like the MP5K may have only been like 100 and some kills to get all its attachments if it didn't have as many attachments. The sniper rifles, I think, are like 275 kills or 270 for all its attachments. But most weapons, like most of the LMGs and assault rifles, are 350 kills per to get everything unlocked. So that's what I'm doing. And I've, recent ones that I've finished off, the G36C, M4, M16, the AN94, I just spent a lot of time with, and I originally wrote that off because it starts out as in burst fire mode, which is a 2-round burst, which is a unique feature of that weapon because it fires them both before the recoil hits. But the way I always played that weapon is like, well, I got to put it on auto, It's just in burst mode. I don't want it in burst mode. But the AN94 is most effective in burst mode, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about in this video. If you guys are interested in hearing more about the AN94, request a video. That's basically what I'm getting to here. Is I want to do more Battlefield help type videos. They may fall under the tips and tricks. They most likely will fall under the tips and tricks category of videos on my channel. Look at me doing work with the 1911. But if there's a weapon you guys want to see, let me know. I haven't created a video, and I'm not currently planning on creating a video, but a viewer requested or not requested, but suggested I spend some time with the SG553. And at that time, I had, of course, already done my service star with it, so I'd used it a little bit. But as I've been going back through weapons, it kind of bumped up in the list for ones I'm focusing on. And it's actually currently in my kit, says the one I'm trying to get all the attachments unlocked for. And it's a decent weapon. There's some experimenting with the attachments post-patch that has really changed the dynamic of how these weapons play. And for instance, the G36C, the engineered G36 weapon, I was playing with it, and it was just kind of frustrating because it's not as effective as some of the other weapons you use. But I don't know if you guys know, since post-patch, the foregrip, in pre-patch, the foregrip basically just across the board reduced recoil on weapons, which made it the attachment for that slot for most weapons. Because it took a weapon and it made it more accurate. You reduced recoil, and that weapon was just that much more controllable, especially under automatic fire. And that was great, but it was so great that there was no reason really to use the bipod alternative or anything else in that slot, which for most weapons really is foregrip or bipod. And so in many cases now the best option is neither. Mainly because the bipod annoys me sometimes, although it's absolutely necessary on LMGs. But again, these are things I can cover in different videos. But basically, now post-patch, the foregrip reduces horizontal recoil on a weapon, not vertical recoil. And as a side effect, it increases bullet spread, which makes the weapon less accurate. Which is an interesting way, because there's, the whole idea between accuracy and precision, where it increases the bullet spread but decreases the recoil. And on a weapon like the, which for the most case has made me ignore the foregrip post-patch because it makes weapons less accurate, and I like accurate weapons. Well, the G36, where its, bread and butter area is short, medium to medium range, that accuracy isn't as necessary, and by putting on the foregrip and reducing the horizontal recoil it has, even though the bullet spread is a little wider, it still makes the weapon more accurate and a faster killer at close range. And that's the kind of things I'm learning by spending a lot of time with these weapons. And that's the kind of stuff I'd like to bring to you guys if you're interested in hearing it. I've also been spending more time with the sniper rifles, although I still play a sniper rifle more like how I believe a sniper rifle should be played, from a distance, in a more kind of tactical role, not aggressive. I'm not running around trying to quick scope, no scope people. Although I have found that there are occasions when it's good if you want to use a sniper in a more close quarters environment, like I was playing team deathmatch on damn it, the big one with the planes and the stuff. It just jumped out of my head. It's the one that's not Karg Island, but it's like that. God damn it. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, well. Playing team deathmatch on that. And about, early on in the game, I was running a sniper rifle just because I needed to use it for one of the assignments I'm doing for the premium DLC. And I was running the 8X scope because it provides a good mid-range alternative for sniper rifles over the ballistic scope, which used to be my go-to. And again, I can cover that more in depth if you guys are interested in a separate video. But the engagements were being a little bit more close quarters, and with the way that team deathmatch is set up, you'll end up with enemy snipers or even just enemy players spotting your scope glint from across the map everywhere. So I switched to an ACOG because anything below a 6x magnification scope doesn't have a scope glint. So an ACOG scope on a sniper rifle doesn't glint and still gives you good enough magnification to do some decent sniping with it. So that's something that I've learned by playing more sniper rifles. So again, that might be something to bring. But this sniper gameplay is part of that, where this is, a rush game, and I was sniping. And you see that I'm trying to actively support the objective, defending the objective, and I'm not laying off into some corner where I'll occasionally see a guy. I'm trying to put myself with a view of a high traffic area, which I'm doing here. I'm not the most accurate sniper in the world, and I've of course got excuses lined up for that. The main of which I actually posted a video before that I linked to Dice's Twitter with this scope tilt, because anyone who's used an Xbox 360 controller for a lot of, especially FPS games where sprint is on the left stick, you start to get this failure to return to center where your guy will slowly creep to the left when you're not holding the joystick, which in most cases is a minor annoyance. But in Battlefield, when you're sniping, that slight off-center movement causes the sniper scope to tilt, and your shots won't go to the crosshairs. And that's something that makes sniping a little more difficult for me because all my controllers are well worn, and I've actually gone through 2 additional controllers that have, because of Battlefield 3, where it's like, okay, I need it. Well, I switched from my good controller to one of my older controllers that wasn't as worn out because of Battlefield 3, because that issue started happening. And then after that one wore out, I bought a new controller, and it looks like I'm due to buy another one. So that's going to be coming up soon, is me buying another one. So that'll give me an opportunity to do some better sniping in Battlefield 3. But anyway, okay, excuse train aside, this game's about to draw to a close, and I actually kind of stayed pretty much on topic here as I close it out with a couple of clutch headshots. And do what is actually very rare, especially in Rush, is as a sniper, leading the team, leading the game, MVP, baby. You're still not as effective as some other people, depending on who it is. I mean, of course, obviously, I'm awesome because I'm Wheezy, and you guys know that, so bow down and love me. But, I guess the easiest thing to do is if there's a weapon that you want to know more about or that you love and you want me to try out and you'd like me to do a video on, leave it in a comment or something like that, and I'll try to start doing those. I'll basically what I'll do is I'll play with the weapon, try to figure out which attachments I really like, and rather than putting a mashup video together that's, as concise as a full weapon review, I'm going to try and get a good gameplay with the good set of attachments that I like, bring it to you, and tell you my experiences with the weapon. So give me your feedback, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.